Let's begin. Let's begin with the vocabulary, okay? Innovative technologies. Let's listen first.
Innovative technologies. Read and listen.
Computer chip implants,
Nanotechnology,
remote surgery,
cloning,
virtual reality,
genetic engineering,
artificial intelligence,
Now listen again and repeat.
computer chip implants,
nanotechnology,
nanotechnology,
remote surgery,
remote surgery,
cloning,
virtual reality,
virtual reality,
genetic engineering,
genetic engineering,
artificial intelligence,
artificial intelligence,
Good job. Let's repeat again. Computer chip implants,
computer chip implants,
nanotechnology,
nanotechnology,
remote surgery,
remote surgery,
cloning,
cloning,
virtual reality,
virtual reality,
genetic engineering,
genetic engineering,
artificial intelligence.
artificial intelligence.
E aí do lado tem as descrições, né, de algumas imagens aí. A tiny computer chip. Tiny significa minúsculo, é algo menor do que little, entendeu? Menor do que small, tiny, minúsculo, ok? Tiny computer chip. A sugar molecule, é uma molécula de açúcar, e a virtual reality headset. E aí tem a descrição, né, do que seria essas tecnologias. Computer chip implants, electronic chips placed under the skin of people or animals so they can be positively identified. Um dos objetivos desses chips, né, seriam para identificação, né, como se fosse uma identidade que você carrega em você e você pudesse se identificar só com esse chip. A nanotecnologia, the science and engineering of working at the molecular level to build very small devices. Nanotecnologia. Ele já está no caminho, né, para existir a nanotecnologia. Hoje em dia já tem muitos projetos dentro dessa área. Remote surgery, an operation performed by a robot controlled by a surgeon at a distant location, também já existe. Cloning, the act of creating an exact genetically identical copy of a living thing by artificially developing a cell or cells from the original. Também já foi feito clonagem, né? Não de humanos, né? Mas animais já. Virtual reality, a computer generated simulation of an image or environment that a person can interact with as if it were real. Então, esse também muito na moda, né? Realidade virtual, com óculos, né? Genetic engineering, the practice of changing the structure of the genes of plants or animals for specific purposes. Hoje em dia no agro, engenharia genética está mandando a ver, porque se não fosse a engenharia genética, na verdade, acho que a gente quase não teria mais comida, né? Para deixar os alimentos mais fortes, para aguentar pragas, né? Climas mais fortes, mais intensos, severos. E por último, artificial intelligence, the ability of a machine or computer to imitate human intelligence. Também estamos a caminho, né? Aliás, já existe e está cada vez mais sendo aperfeiçoado, né? Artificial Intelligence. Vocês têm aí, logo em seguida, um exercício de áudio, um listening. Então, é assim, vocês vão ouvir pessoas falando sobre essas tecnologias aí. Na primeira coluna, vocês vão escrever qual é a tecnologia que citou em cada conversation. Na segunda coluna, como eles estão na conversa, vai falar como eles estão usando essa tecnologia. Então tenta escrever de forma resumida mesmo, porque o espaço é pequeno, então bem resumido, tá? Tenta identificar para que eles estão usando.
Listen to conversations about applications of innovative technologies. After each, write the technology they're discussing using the vocabulary. Conversation 1.
It sounds like scientists are getting pretty close to being able to use someone's genes in order to create an identical genetic copy of that person.
I've read that, but I think it's a crazy thing to do with humans.
Really? I mean, imagine if you couldn't have kids of your own. Scientists could take your genes and create an embryo that would develop into a baby. Wouldn't that be great?
What if they started to create designer babies, using genes from people who are celebrities or athletes, or only the wealthy, or geniuses? People who scientists have decided are superior to everyone else. To me, it'll just open a can of worms.
Well, I think the good far outweighs the bad.
Ok? Hã?
Eu não entendi nada.
Não? Nem a tecnologia?
Não, só.
Tecnologia. Mas pra que vocês...
É.
Entendi. Já pode fazer o exercício de baixo, tá? E vocês já fazem tudo. Que o de baixo pediu para ouvir de novo, mas acho que não tem necessidade de ouvir de novo. Você só vai circular se a pessoa que está ouvindo, certo? Tipo, tem um falando da tecnologia e tem uma outra pessoa ouvindo, né? Se o falante, né, o speaker, é a favor ou contra da tecnologia. Então, na 1, he's for or against it. Então, he's é o cara que estava falando da tecnologia. Ele é contra ou a favor, certo? Então é só circular. Deixa essa em branco então, tá? Já que você não entendeu. Vamos para a próxima.
Conversation 2.
Can you believe all these stories in the news about people's identities getting stolen?
I know. It's kind of scary. I've heard that once someone gets a hold of enough of your personal information, they can pass themselves off as you and spend all your money. And trying to fix it is almost impossible. Too bad they can't prevent it from happening in the first place.
Actually, there's a way to prevent it, but it's kind of weird. They say you could put a tracking device under your skin and then no one can get away with trying to be you.
What? Would you have one of those things implanted under your skin?
Me? That's going too far.
Con-
Então, number 2. Vê aí se ela é for or against também. Se ela é a favor ou contra. E escreve como que a tecnologia foi usada.
Conversation 3.
Don't you think putting animal genes into plants is kind of questionable morally?
Not really. Why do you think that?
Well, for example, I read that scientists are putting the genes of fish into tomatoes, which is something that would never happen in nature. It just doesn't seem right to me.
That's true, but that kind of technology can do a lot of good too.
Like what?
Well, something like that could increase a plant's ability to survive cold temperatures or resist insects. That could be a really important agricultural development.
Well, it still sounds kind of fishy to me.
Aí vê se é a mulher que é a favor ou contra. She's for or against. Next.
Conversation 4.
I just read that a Japanese doctor working in a Los Angeles hospital operated on a patient in a hospital in Tokyo
How did he do that?
with some high-tech video conferencing. The surgeon in Los Angeles used the technology to guide the surgical instruments electronically in Tokyo.
That sounds like something out of a horror movie.
Well, I guess he must have been really skilled. Otherwise, why wouldn't they have just used a local surgeon?
I suppose, but it just doesn't sound very safe to me.
Con-
Essa foi a for. She's for For or against it? Ela é a favor ou contra? E escreve aí o que aconteceu. Okay, next.
Conversation 5. I just got one of those digital chess games that you play against your computer.
Really? How's that work?
Well, the software program makes chess moves based on your moves. They say it's a lot more challenging than playing against a human.
You mean the computer actually thinks?
That's probably not true, but it does figure out the best move based on hundreds of thousands of potential moves, and it does it almost instantaneously.
That sounds amazing.
Conversation 6.
Vamos pausar. Okay.
Whoa, this is awesome! I feel like I'm actually walking on Mars.
Me too. It's unbelievable.
Hey, can you see a small mountain behind the spaceship?
Yeah?
Well, I'm gonna walk toward it and see what it feels like to try and climb it.
Okay. Listen, I'm gonna quit for now. I've got some homework to do. But let me know how that works out.
Okay, you can just leave your headset on the desk. Talk to you later.
Okay.
Conversation 7.
I just read about something amazing doctors are doing now to help cancer patients.
Oh yeah? What's that?
They've created these tiny capsules that can be introduced into your arteries where they can deliver medication to exactly where it's needed.
Actually, I heard that someday they might be able to create tiny molecular machines that can produce the medication inside your body.
It's incredible the things they talk about doing now.
Now